You know, for all you people out there that want to overlook Hillary, fine, let's not overlook liberalism. These liberals have a plan. You got to give credit where credit's due, man. The liberals, they might make you think that they're divided, but they're not. They're so united because they have one singular focus. We, the people, serving them, the government. Whatever they have to do to get us under the government's foot, under them, they're willing to do it. They don't care about lying and cheating and stealing. They don't care about it. They don't care about switching coats and things like this. They don't care about switching parties. They not like how we are. They're not principled. They just have one singular focus: to stop this spread of self-empowerment, stop the spread of spiritual empowerment. Just stop it. Anything that can empower a person to think for themselves, liberals are against it. It's them, the government, them, the elites, them, the hierarchy, and everybody else is peasants to them. We're just means to justify an end. Controlling humanity is a liberal goal. All you have to do is look at how Nancy Pelosi, look at all the leaders that the Democrats have had over the years. Where was there not one thing that they were advocating for we the people to give up power or give up our goals or give up whatever for the government to help us? And so using all these tactics and stuff, they finally have infiltrated the Republican Party and they're dividing and conquering. Reince Priebus is a Democrat. These guys aren't principled Republicans. Come on, people. Donald Trump is exposing so much. You know, that is the one part where I'm happy about Donald Trump. Donald Trump is exposing how much America does not care about America. The biggest problem with Donald Trump is neither does he. He only wants power and control. This man has a mental problem. This man has to be praised. You know, somebody made the point. You look at the 1929s, Glenn Beck, that is. Look at the 1920s Hitler. We're accustomed to look at the 1940s Hitler. The one that's marching around and the one gassing the Jews and things of that nature. But look at the 1920s Hitler. He was just like Donald Trump. Speaking to the fears, he was funny, he was captivating, he was all those things like Donald Trump, and he was a narcissist. But like I said, we're so used to looking and learning about and hearing about the 1940s Hitler. What about the Hitler before the Hitler we know? I thought that was fascinating when he shared that. So here we are. We got the Democrats on the Republican side. They're forcing a Donald Trump on us. And they're trying to hide behind the will of the people. And we're falling for it. Can you guys see why we have to get these delegates to help us? Let's get the delegates to do an experiment. See how fast we get to see Donald Trump's tax returns when they tell him, if we do not get to see them now, we are not going to give you the delegates on the floor. Don't be scared about the riots. Hear me. Don't be scared about the chaos and the riots. That is a certainty. If Donald Trump had all the delegates, there's going to be a riot at the Republican National Convention. It's a done deal. Trust me, people. It's a done deal. Donald Trump's rallies were peaceful with his rhetoric in the beginning because the sleeper cells were there. Donald Trump knew they were there. He was riling up so that he can have the mantle of, hey, it's not me. It's Bernie Sanders' plants. It's Hillary Clinton's plants. No. It's liberal plants. They were there from day one. When Donald Trump talked about deporting all Mexicans, they were there already at his rallies. They were just told to stand down. When the proper time came, when Donald Trump was in trouble, the debates needed a distraction. They were enacted. The sleeper cells inside of Donald Trump's rallies were enacted. Punching people in the face and everything that Donald Trump is promoting. See, Donald Trump was able to say, I'm saying these things, but I have the best supporters. That's not true. I'm not inciting anything, because his supporters were told to stand down. They're all Democrats. They're rhinos and Democrats, Republicans in name only, and Democrats, and primarily white. Then when it came to the right time, the right distraction, look over there. Now there's fights and riots. They're practicing. They're getting you desensitized. They're getting you accustomed to see passionate Americans not wanting to see their fearless leader cheated while he's cheating us. So now, let the delegates start saying, no, we're going to deny you the nomination unless we see your tax returns. We'll go through the whiny, bitchy phase of Donald Trump. Oh, that's not fair. It's cheating. That's not this. That's not that. I told you can't see anything. And then, once he shows us his tax returns, let's look at them. Because he'll show them. He's going to show them to us like crazy. Just like he did when his back got against the wall and the media exposed him for cheating our troops. Then all of a sudden, he starts writing checks. You guys don't see it? But now while we're here talking about this, we're not talking about liberalism moving forward. We're not. See, everything is being exposed now. It's closer to the convention. They're desperate now. Donald Trump had to create another boogeyman because there's a chance that he is not going to get this 1237. I don't care what the media is trying to tell you about this 1237. You got to understand how the process works. They have to release the delegates on the floor of the convention. And those delegates have to stand up and say, we are giving the delegates to Donald Trump. Donald Trump and them, and they have already enacted. This is the sad part. They've already got Marco Rubio going over there to endorse him. Ted, don't follow him. Don't follow him. It's a trick. And trust me, Ted, if you endorse Donald Trump, you are immediately going to be put into the category of selling out your supporters. Trust me, I was a Ben Carson supporter that feels sold out. He was never for us. He got us to believe that he was truly for the American people. His supporters really, truly believe that God, right now, some of Ben Carson's supporters are trying to say that God really wanted Ben Carson to be with Donald Trump while Donald Trump is dissing Jesus. There's some kind of bigger purpose that, and we're just too stupid to understand it. He's got Ben Carson supporters really believing that Ben Carson was there to bring some civility to Donald Trump. He was there to be his in-house spiritual advisor. How's that working out for you? Ben Carson handed his supporters over to the devil in Jesus' name. Ted Cruz, that's exactly what you would be doing if you endorse Donald Trump. And yes, you're going to have those diehard supporters that's not going to see it, and they're going to try to explain it. They're going to try to say, well, Ted Cruz had to do it for this reason. No, Ted Cruz, listen to me. Ted Cruz supporters, listen to me. Ted Cruz does not have to endorse Donald Trump to get his point across. If Ted Cruz endorses Donald Trump after what Donald Trump done to his wife and his children, that will go against the principled Ted Cruz that I have become to support. That will go against the principled Ted Cruz that you've been supporting since day one. We'll never get our country back. Ted Cruz is about to turn into one of the biggest endorsements Donald Trump can have. This is why Donald Trump is saying, I don't need his endorsement. There's two reasons why Donald Trump said that. One, to really make you believe that he's tough. And if he truly doesn't need Ted Cruz's endorsement, then let me share this with you. You ready? Donald Trump never wanted to be the president. How are you going to be the president running around saying what you don't need? You don't need these Americans. You don't need those Americans. I don't need the blacks. I don't need the Republicans. I don't need the libertarians. I don't need Ted Cruz supporters. I don't need Marco Rubio supporters. I don't need nothing because you don't need to win. You've already won. Donald Trump has won everything that he's come into this thing to do. He has wiped out all the Republicans. Every Republican that has dropped out the race has felt the wrath of Donald Trump's monkey bars politics. Belittle and just treat everybody like a schoolyard bully. Everybody that's dropped out has been a beneficiary of the most divisive Republican to ever grace the word Republican. And it was done by design. Donald Trump has already won on divisiveness. Why would he start bringing people together now? I'm Phil Williams. Be right back.